Good morning everyone, hope you're all doing well. I'm now about to head off to school, and after school I'll be cold calling, and I've got a sales call to do, so I'll be bringing you all with me and showing you what I'm going to do this afternoon as well. So I just finished up with that hour and 15 minutes ish roughly of cold calling. The time is currently 5:05. I finished at 5 o'clock because when I get back from school I have roughly an hour and 15 minutes to start cold calling, and after 5 o'clock I found that people don't answer the phone because they're not at work or they don't really want to talk about business at the time. And so something really strange has happened, but before I mention that, let me just show you that I have actually finished the book I was reading here called Think and Grow Rich. So I've actually gone ahead and got another one called The Alchemist, and I was looking on Amazon for it, and I think it was around £10 roughly, but then I went onto eBay, as it just made me think, can you get it on eBay for cheaper? And so I went and looked on eBay and I found it for £3.50, and so that's what I'd recommend to anyone doing it out there. There's a really big company, they're on eBay, they've done something like over 10 million orders or something crazy like that. And they repurpose books, so they're not exactly brand new, but you for £3.50 you get the book, and we'll see what the condition's like in a minute because they'll unbox it with you or unpackage it with you. But yeah, if you're looking to get books and have them that aren't brand new from Amazon, you don't necessarily need all the fancy new book feel or the newest front cover. If you're just looking to actually have the book, then I'd recommend going onto eBay. That brand pops up pretty much a lot of times if you're searching for whatever book. And just give it a go, see what it looks like, and I'm going to try it now. Or I'm going to open the first book I've ordered from them, maybe many more, but let me do it with you right now. The name of the brand is World of Books. Okay then, so here's the book. It seems to be in fairly good condition. The pages aren't ripped or broken or anything. So yeah, first verdict is that maybe buying from this eBay online store is a good option for you. Okay then, so let me tell you about this strange story. So I had a video call booked tonight and had that book from last week sometime when we had the first video call, and we organised to have another video call just to clarify things and to properly get started with the work. And so today I got a message from that person saying they're not looking to join, they're not going to hop on the call, they just don't want to do it, they're looking to spend the advertising budget somewhere else. And so I just tried to recheck with them, make sure that they're making the right decision. So I said, would it be worth hopping onto the call anyway, just so we can see if this is a good fit for you or not? And I haven't heard a response yet, and that call was at 6 o'clock and it's currently 5:15. So the past hour and 15 minutes that I've been cold calling, I actually got someone to book a video call, and we've booked it for 6 o'clock as that person hasn't responded, so it doesn't seem like they're going to join. And so at 6 o'clock, so in 45 minutes, I got another video call, but not with the same person that I intended it to have it with, as that person said they're not interested and perhaps they're not going to want to join later on. Now if they do want to join, we can discuss another time to do this, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think they are going to join, and that's why I've booked the slot for 6 o'clock. And so that's just, you know, the weird thing of, I was meant to have one call at 6 o'clock, but I haven't actually ended up having that call. I've ended up having another call with someone. So I'll bring you along with me, show you what it's all about. And I can't give you too many details, but it's kind of to do with an app and software, which is super exciting and something I've always wanted to get into and advertise for. So we'll see how it goes. And I hope that we turn them into a potential client and get started with the work as soon as possible. That would be the dream ideal outcome. And yeah, I'll bring you with me, show how it goes. But what I'm going to do now is probably either start reading or something else that I've got on my calendar, but I'll check that in a moment. So what I'm actually going to do now is go onto DocuSign and delete all of the contracts that I've sent out so far. I think I've sent around 3 so far, and no one that I've sent the contract to has signed it and become a potential client, because they've said they didn't want to actually get started with the work, unfortunately. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just go onto DocuSign, delete all the contracts, delete them from my client sort of area, as where I had them with the contracts, with the details of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete those just to make sure everything's secure and done properly. And that's the plan for now. Then after I do that, I'll read, and then I'll prepare for the video call. And that's going to be the main evening. Then I've got to edit my short form video later as well, so I'll do that. And that's the evening plan pretty much completed. Now, it really doesn't seem long ago that I was making that video that was, I only have a certain amount of months left until I go to college, and it's really important that I try to get towards where I want to be before I get to college. And it's already been about 2 months since then. It just feels like every single day goes so quickly, and just everything is moving at such a fast pace, and I'm not signing any clients. I haven't had any income from the agency yet. I've got my call in about 20 minutes, but if I sign them as a potential client, will they then become a client? It's just, I don't know, there's a lot of things that are happening, and time's going super quickly. So in June I'll be going to college, or I'll be ending school and then going into college back in September. And by then I really want to be somewhere completely different to now, you know. I want to have some sort of success with the agency and make sure that I'm providing great customer service, but I can't provide customer service if I don't have customers. And so it's just a really important part and a really crucial time now. This year, I know I've said it many times, but this year really does mean everything. This year I have to put in the work, keep cold calling, keep doing outreach, and stop at nothing to try and get towards where I want to be. If that involves reading, if it involves journaling, whatever it may be, I have to try and get towards where I want to be. I'm super driven towards it. It's something I just can't not stop thinking about, you know. I try to put myself out there. I try and show people that if you stick to something, if you're determined, if you have a real passion for something, why can't you achieve it? And that's the message I want to put out there. And that's the message I want to prove to myself as well. I want to show myself that I am disciplined, I am passionate, I do care about what I do. And through those things, I achieve results through it, and hopefully good results in a few months or even a few weeks to come. But yeah, it just feels like I think about time now in terms of clients. It's really weird because every single week that goes by, it just feels like it rolls round and rolls round. It's super quick, you know, time just flashes by, and every week I just get to the end of it and I think, I didn't sign a client this week, or I only booked 2 calls this week, or I only booked 1 call this week, or even booked no calls this week. It's just a constant thing of me thinking about time in terms of clients, in terms of how much satisfaction am I providing to clients at the agency, of which we have none yet, but that is something I'm looking to change. And I don't mean to make this part of the video sad or like depressing or anything. It's just that this is the way it's going. So it's just time is going by super quickly. 2 months ago I was talking about how crucial these next few months are, and it's already been 2 months and still no clients, still no results. And so that's just something I wanted to put out there to you. I'm not giving up. I'm never ever going to give up on this journey, and neither should you. And that's what I wanted. That was the main point of me saying all of this. I'm not saying all of this so you feel sorry for me, or, you know, you comment down below, keep going bro, or something like that. It's just the only reason I'm saying it is because don't give up on it. Even if you're not seeing results, even if you're not seeing... So the main reason why I'm putting this part of the video out there is just to say, don't give up on it. Even if you're not seeing results, even if you're not seeing where exactly you want to be in the future, don't give up on your goals. They're super important, they're super crucial, and it's the one thing that I'm constantly striving for. I can't get out of my head, you know, it's the thing I think about constantly, and I just have to get there. I have to achieve this version of success I'm looking to achieve, and whether it takes me 5 months, 50 years, 25 years, whatever it is, I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to document my whole journey on here, and I can only thank you all for being a part of it, and don't give up on your journey too. Okay then, so my goal for this year is to make £10,000 a month. £10,000 a month by April. And now, this is something that I'm really looking to achieve and I really want to do, and I've already outlined it in previous videos and talked about it. So here I'm just going to go over a quick plan before my video call at 6 o'clock. How I'm going to achieve it, because I haven't actually broken it down. I haven't done like actual steps to get there. So the first thing is that I want to sign probably around 20 to 25 clients to do this. So they each be at around £500 per month. If that was, it'd be 20 clients if it was £500 per month. It would be a little bit less if it was 25 clients. And so that's kind of where I want to get to. So in order to do that, I need to do outreach. I need to book probably 40 to 50 sales calls a month per month to get there. and then I need to sign probably around 15 of these sales calls per month as potential clients, not as clients, so just getting them started on the offer, on the service that we're providing. And then from those 15 clients a month, over time that will compound, and that should lead to roughly 20 to 25, because my close rate will probably be below this, but if I set this as the goal, then hopefully I can get somewhere sort of close to that, maybe around 8 a month or 10 a month, something like that. But by setting the goal high, I'm just trying to set my expectations high, so I strive to do the best I can to get to 15. And so by signing these, I need to provide a service. And it needs to be, exceptional. It just needs to be absolutely amazing. And so that I build my reputation up and try and get, good results. So from here, after I've built my reputation, I need to have feedback from this, and then from there I look to iterate and improve. And so that's kind of a brief overview. I've never actually broken it down of how many sales calls I need to book, how many clients I need to sign, that kind of idea. So that's something I've just done briefly. Now I've got to prepare for my video call in 4 minutes. I take 10 minutes to prepare just to get all the documents and everything I want to have on the call ready. And so that's what I'm going to do pretty much now within 4 minutes. And so I'll bring you along with me. I'll let you know how it goes. And hopefully this will be a potential client close, and we'll get some things rolling and get started with some work. Okay then everyone, so that's the video call done. So let me give you a rundown and a breakdown of what it was like. So we hopped onto this call, and I didn't want to be rude and I didn't say anything, but personally I thought this person on the call looked really tired. And then later on he realised to me and said to me that he's constantly working on this, he's constantly, he stays up, he gets up in the middle of the night, he's worried about it. He was in extreme pain, and this was the one thing that I think that made him want to get started or kind of sort of get started. So he seemed really keen to the idea. Everything I was saying, there was no real objections, there was nothing like this. It was a pretty good call. I mentioned what I did, and he thinks that it can definitely help him, and it seems like a really exciting opportunity. This could actually be the start of something big. I can't reveal what it is and what the company is, but I can see a lot of potential in it. I really can. And so it seems pretty exciting. But yeah, this guy was in extreme pain. I don't mean like physical pain, like he was, he broke his arm or something like that. I mean, he was in the work pain, so he was constantly trying to figure this thing out. How do you get more users on it? How do you do all this kind of thing? And so that's the pain he was in. And he was pretty open to everything I had to say. He was keen on getting started with meta ads from someone that does meta ads rather than doing them himself, because he used to do Google ads himself, but they didn't really do too well. And all that kind of idea. And so we haven't signed anything, we haven't got them started. He's not a potential client, but he said on Friday he'll give me a decision. It seems like that decision may be a yes, and I don't want to be too positive and looking into the future. Not about being too positive, I don't want to just sort of say something that's not going to happen, but it may be a yes. It seems quite positive. He's in quite a bit of pain, he's struggling to grow the business, he doesn't know how to do the marketing side of things as well. And so that's the one thing I've taken from it. And yeah, let me just have a look at my notes and then I will show you in a second. So the main reason he wanted to wait was to get confirmation from the other 3 shareholders that are in the company, which is totally understandable. And I said to him, if there was money aside and if you didn't have to pay me anything up front today, because it is still pay on results, but we do it a little bit differently. So if you didn't have to pay me anything today, then would you want to do it? And he said he could make the decision all himself. He doesn't actually have to wait for the other 3 shareholders, but he said he wanted to when I introduced the price. But when I said it was free, he was kind of a little bit more lenient and open towards that option. But in the end, he said he didn't want to do anything today, and he said he didn't want the pressure of doing anything today. And he even said that he thought it was a bit weird that I asked for the sale today, like thinking maybe it was like a potential scam or something. So that's just something I need to be careful about moving forward, because if I gave the kind of feel of being a scammer, then that's not something I want to portray in my video calls. So that's just something to bear in mind for the future. But yeah, overall it was a good call, you know, probably the most positive one I've had yet. And he said he'll be open to anything that can actually grow his business and make sure that he's trying to grow it in the most efficient way possible. And it's not just the fact that he was in a lot of pain, as in work pain. It's just the fact that he actually really cared about what he did. He was super passionate, and he actually wanted to grow it and had a real passion for it. So that is the end of the video. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to take it one step at a time, and I'll catch you in the next one.